Welcome back to Burn to Notice, the series dedicated to analyzing the actions of Michael Weston and his team. If you are new to the series, there's a link in the description down below. This episode begins with Fee and Mike waiting on a gun runner named Seymour when Fee gets a text from a potential lover, but without much time to get jealous, Seymour arrives and separates Mike from Fee. Seymour is asking Mike what he wants, but is also in the middle of a gun buy with Ukrainians.
We're Bulgarian. I don't even know what you just said.
Right, but the deal goes south, forcing Mike to fight off the guys and leave under gunfire. Then they are chased, but Fee slips away unscathed in a very impressive scene. Meanwhile, Virgil is back reminiscing with Sam, and when Mike returns, Virgil brings up the fact that he has a job. Go figure. At least it won't hurt to get some reconnaissance done.
It could hurt a little. Could hurt a lot.
But Sam convinces Mike to join the job. Also, Virgil attempts to sweet talk Maddie again, but Mike stamps it out pretty quickly. Next, Mike, Virgil, and Sam meet with Marcella, who informs them a shipment of medicine was stolen, and Mike agrees to help. Then Mike goes to help Maddie, and she pries at Mike about Virgil. However, Mike is able to fend her off, but Sam calls to inform him on the intel that he's already gathered, but to gain more, him and Mike need to head up to Boca, and Mike, not being an idiot, knows Virgil just wants to be alone with Maddie, and changes the plan so that Mike and Virgil go up to do the surveillance. Also, Virgil ran out of underwear and steals Mike, which is extremely gross. Of course, Maddie is suspicious of the phone call, but Mike leaves in order to duck further questions. Afterwards, Virgil and Mike watch a storefront for an illegal pharmacy while getting some pictures for blackmail purposes, and Virgil tries to get Mike on his side with Maddie. Then they go in to intimidate the pharmacist, masquerading as a golf store owner, to ask him some questions and...
Hey! Oh, would you look at this?
Weird, this guy claimed he didn't have any drugs, and now it's showering down on his floor. But the blackmail works, and the store owner sets a meet with Sam being the buyer. Mike then meets with Seymour, who offers Mike a gun, but Seymour consistently misunderstands Mike when the Bulgarian guy shows back up with Seymour's money. Wait, that's a gun, and Seymour leaves. Meanwhile, Sam is introducing himself to the guy who stole the pharmaceutical, Gerard. Unfortunately, drugs have already been sold, and Gerard isn't keen on renegotiating until someone starts a fight, and Gerard leaves with Sam helping out by taking care of someone with a broken bottle. Garnering some trust at the loft, they discuss plans, Virgil wanting to go to the cops, but gets nixed because of multiple reasons, one of which maybe Gerard has his ear to the ground. That's when Sam volunteers Mike to play the fool. Virgil offers a vessel, and this is the only way to get the medicine back when Maddie shows up and Mike leaves and talks with Maddie about how Virgil's story is terrible, how she knows Virgil is at the loft, but Mike shakes her off right before Mike leaves to meet with Fee to meet with Seymour again. Fee also picks up on the frustration Mike has about Virgil and Maddie. Also, Fee brings up her new man, and Mike dismisses his disdain with Fee, and she even remarks how spies are supposed to be good liars. He is definitely jealous of the new man, just doesn't want to admit it. Back at Seymour's, he tries giving Mike money because of the job, but Mike refuses. It is also interesting that Seymour continues to call them Ukrainian while Mike calls them Bulgarian, showing Mike pays way more attention than Seymour. But finally, Mike gets to Seymour, and he agrees to find anything about the sniper rifle. Also, a quick little PSA about eating healthy.
First, you gotta have a fruit smoothie. Because you want to be a badass, you gotta eat healthy, right? Come on, I made him just for you. He doesn't like fruits. I thought you and me. Badasses, yeah!
Meanwhile, back at the bar, Sam returns to offer Gerard a job, and after some back and forth, he agrees and also turns Gerard onto Mike's cover ID. And this has to be the best cover ID Mike has ever used. Look at him run. I like how he could easily get away, but can't, and they convince Mike to join the heist. Next, Mike explains the heist and tries to pry info from Gerard. When Maddie shows up and Mike asks to leave, and Maddie talks to Virgil briefly. Unfortunately, Virgil has to shoo her off, and it's kind of heartbreaking. Then Mike is informed he isn't leaving, so he comes up with an excuse to call Fee, pretending to call his job, which is extremely smart. Also uses the extension number to clue her into his location. Again, a very intelligent move. Then Fee crashes into Gerard in order to talk with Mike, and he notifies her that the heist is on for real, and to tell Sam and Virgil to fake the pharmaceuticals and uses Mike's fridge to store it. On the boat, Mike is asking questions about his mask, and Gerard reveals that they are going to kill Virgil, so Mike, thinking quickly, gets a gun so he can save Virgil without blowing his cover. And a quote that I use all the time because of how relatable it is.
Dealing with a trained operative is like playing chess with a master. Dealing with criminals, on the other hand, is like playing checkers with a 3-year-old. They like to change the rules.
Also, wise touch, Mike pretending he's never held a gun before. When they get to Virgil's boat, they take control, and Virgil shows them where the drugs are being stored, and also is instructed to go to the bow of the ship, where Mike meets him and fakes Virgil's death. Then Mike discourages the rest of the team from looking too close at the pharmaceuticals. Also, Mike realizes that they used the fridge from his loft. As they leave, Virgil resurfaces. At the beach, they load up the van, and Fee is closely behind. This is where they find Gerard's hiding spot. Unfortunately, Gerard is smart and all of his stuff is scattered throughout the warehouse. This is where Mike waves Sam and Fee off, again showing how resourceful he is by subtly shooing them away with other people watching him. Most importantly, not blowing his cover. At the loft, they discuss options on how to get the medicine without combing through thousands of boxes. This is where Mike suggests using Sam's reputation to bolster fear. Mike then shows up at the bar to speak with Gerard and plant seed of distrust on Sam, and forces Gerard to move his drugs when Sam shows up with a box truck full of guys. When Gerard attacks, Mike uses this opportunity to turn the tables expertly and explodes the truck and drives away with all of the drugs. Also, how did Mike leave? There is only one way out because of the flaming box truck, and cops swarm as soon as he leaves. How did the cops not stop him? Anyway, Gerard gets caught, the medicine makes it back to the rightful owners, and Maddie shows up. This is where Virgil attempts to clear his name by saying that he didn't call her, but Mike reveals that he did. And so Maddie and Virgil go on a date with...
If you had to have a stepdad, you could do worse.
Yeah, Sam, that's not the best way to cheer up Mike. Afterwards, Seymour invites Mike and Fee to his house, and... What you get me into? Seymour is attacking, and because Mike actually knows what he's doing, he turns the table, throwing gunpowder into the air. Then Seymour comes clean, and it turns out Carla is planning an assassination and cleaned house in order to prevent someone leaking their information. Also, they get a name of a guy, ending this episode on a bit of a cliffhanger. This episode is one of my favorites, from the introduction of Seymour to helping kids to even the weird relationship of Virgil and Maddie. It does a good job of balancing the job, Virgil and Maddie, and learning about the sniper rifle. This is one of my favorite cover IDs of Micheal because of how different he is from every other one he's played so far. Normally, he is a big shot, record mogul, drug dealer, gun runner, but in this episode, he has to play the dorky chemist, and he does that so well. Virgil and Maddie's relationship ends here because this is Virgil's last episode episode, but it does end on a positive note. I honestly don't know why this is his last episode, but if I had to guess, it's a combination of budget, scheduling, and the fact that they probably just didn't have anything to write Virgil back into it. That leaves Seymour, one of my favorite side characters. He's very eclectic. He is in this situation where he's part of the bad guys, but he always helps Micheal. It's also interesting that he acts as if this is the first time he's ever done anything illegal and that he doesn't really understand everything that's going on. And his one-liners are something to behold. Thank you for watching. If you're curious to see an FBI team solving crimes with psychology, check out Inside Criminal Minds. Link in the description. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe.